Hello and welcome back to the Salty Barrel Podcast. I'm Jerranormal.
And I'm Peachman, a.k.a. the guy with the bottom apple jeans, boots with the Just kidding, I'm just Peachman. How's it going, everybody?
It's going pretty good.
Oh, cool.
And I can't believe we're on the 5th episode.
Yeah. I'm surprised we made it for the first one.
Oh yeah, that horror story.
Yeah.
Speaking of horror stories, we have a lot to talk about today. But before we get into that,
Oh, God.
Peachman, how was your New Year?
Oh, yeah, New Year's. My New Year's went pretty well. It wasn't, like, great, like, most people's New Year's. I usually, I just sat around, played a few games with the buds. But, yeah, it went pretty well, yeah.
Rocking it with the bottom jeans.
We do not speak of that again. That was
my New Year was pretty boring.
Yeah.
Not really much went on. Not really any visitors.
I'm sorry. I know who you're talking to. Okay, so I apologize. I chose to hang out with my other friends instead of my one single friend who's like got a cashew addiction.
Bullshit. You're the one that kept begging me for cashews.
Okay. I'll admit it. So, Mr. Jerranormal, what is our topic today?
Should Santa Claus be a woman?
I don't.
No, that's not going to be the real topic.
I don't. Yeah,
but I guess we should briefly talk about Christmas because we were originally going to have a Christmas episode, but that got delayed.
Okay, so we'll talk a little bit about Christmas because I was about to say that can't be the topic because I have one simple answer. No, Santa Claus is not a woman. That's it. Okay, so I guess we'll do a quick okay, so how did your Christmas go?
Shit.
Oh God, did Krampus come down?
Oh yeah, Krampus is my grandpa basically.
God, the fucking grandfather paradox. I guess for mine's was weird because me and my family, we did Christmas on the 24th. We usually do it on the 25th, but everybody had to work somewhere around that day, so we all did it on the 24th. And I was kind of insulted for my gifts. I got some pretty cool things, like, the new Xbox, which is cool, etc. A cool Mario shirt I like. But then somebody decided to give me fucking foot powder and soap. I want to point out, I can stink from time to time, but I'm not that bad. Like, I don't know, but it's kind of an insult to me. So, yeah.
One of the reasons why I found this Christmas to be very disappointing is because there was no snow at all, basically.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about it. It's like it's been like almost a whole month. But yeah, we didn't get any snow around here, not even an inch. Sadly, that's what she always complains about. Just one more inch. I'm like, no. You can't expect me to stretch torture myself just for your pleasure. But
okay, we're getting way off topic.
Right, it's not Christmas anymore. Fine. Well, tell me.
There's nothing like a white Christmas.
You said it, my friend.
Because usually it's fucking scorching hot.
Yeah, we have heat problems, like
like Frosty the Puddle Man.
Yeah. Ice Cube. Ice Cube turns in the water. The rapper. All right, so let's stop getting off topic. What are we doing?
So, have you ever had a dream? But not just any dream.
If you bring up Martin Luther King, I swear to God, he did a good job. But that's
Peachman, do you know what lucid dreaming is?
Oh yeah, of course, dude. I love having lucid dreams. Like, they're kind of like rare for me. Like, not rare, but whenever I get the chance, it's like the best dream ever.
So what a lucid dream is it's basically where you're very aware that you're dreaming. Not your typical type of dream.
Yep.
They're usually very vivid, lucid, hence the term lucid dream.
Right.
And in many cases, you can almost feel like you're God, where you can create your own worlds instead of it being just an unconscious, regular dream process.
It's kind of like you're in an interactive movie in a way. You know, where you do some things. Now, I don't know if I exactly had one, but you know, there's been times where I had dreams and I feel like I'm controlling them, but I also know and feel like it's a dream. Like I don't feel like I am right now, like in a real world. You know,
It's kind of like VR, except you don't have a headset or technology.
you never been in VR. Like no, let me explain. My lucid dreams are like I said, a movie. I watch it from a third person's perspective, like you're seeing it on a screen, but you're still controlling the actions.
Wait, so when you have a lucid dream, you watch yourself in the dream from a third person perspective?
Yeah, it's literally a interactive movie. For me, it's weird, but you know, it's cool.
I think that's called split personality disorder, but okay.
Well, I gotta go see a doctor.
So you're not looking out through your eyes in the dream, you're looking at yourself doing actions from a distance?
In a way, yeah. It's like it's kind of like that. It's like, let me put it simple. It's like there's first person, third person, like not like third person, like there's a camera behind me. It's like it's first person in like a fixed camera. So
Jack.
yeah, Jack.
You're just Carl filming the whole thing?
God damn it, fucking Carl Denham. Jack, you're gonna love this.
He's filming the Raptor.
The fucking, if I can get Jack Black to play Carl Denham, pretend to be a fake cameraman in like the record the Raptor, I would do it. I mean, I bet I could tweet him or something and get him to do that. Like, hey man, I got this amazing film.
For those of you who don't know who the Raptor is, it's basically this fictional superhero, anti-hero. Well, I mean, not anti-hero.
He's like
vigilante.
Yeah, vigilante. I was about to say.
That Peachman came up with. We probably shouldn't get into this too much, but if you want to understand who he is, just
check out the
second episode.
Yeah, check out the second episode. But I guess to make it quickly and brief, young kid named Jimmy Wilson. It starts originally as a joke, but then we make it a real thing. That's pretty much it. It's a pretty good. It's pretty funny, but yeah, go check it out. So
it's horrible. Don't check it out.
Check it out. Fuck this guy.
So that's so weird that you have dreams like that.
I mean, I always thought it was kind of normal-ish in a way. I mean, it's like watching porn, man.
I mean, usually when people tell me about their dreams, or when I remember any dreams that I've had, I almost never remember them being from a third-person perspective. You know, that just seems weird. It feels like... like how I feel now.
Really?
Except, like, there's weird stuff going on, like Grandpa's flying on a pterodactyl.
Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm not really having a lucid dream. Like, it's weird. But you know, since we're on the topic of dreams, I'm sorry, I gotta ask. Do you got any Did you have any weird lucid or just normal dreams that happened? Because I could name a few, which I'm a little embarrassed about, but we'll go with it.
I'm honestly not really sure if I've ever had a lucid dream in the sense of being extremely vivid and being in control of it. I guess I've gotten a little bit close to that, but most of my dreams that I remember are pretty normal, you know,
Uh,
like Grandpa flying on a
I was
pterodactyl.
about to say, when you mean normal, do you mean like your dreams are normal, or like it's just a normal dream? Because I bet you have some weird dreams.
I mean normal in the sense of how dreams usually work for most people. Like I'm
Yeah.
not really in control of it. It's just naturally happening.
So it's not like Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Like I don't expect Grandpa to fly on a pterodactyl. It's not like I snapped my fingers like I'm God and I'm gonna make Grandpa fly on a pterodactyl.
I am
Or-
God.
Or make a bunch of monkeys play the violin.
Yeah.
Like I don't do my dreams like that. I don't
Yeah.
just snap my fingers and make random stuff happen. It just
Yeah.
happens.
But in the end, they're still pretty good dreams, right?
Kinda.
Okay, so it's not like fear factor dreams. Or...
Most of the dreams that I remember are, or at least remember after having them like a second after, because most of them I don't remember now, are usually pretty neutral, like not really scary or happy or fun, just regular and kind of boring.
God, I really don't want to say mine. Okay, so for my dreams, if I honestly get really good sleep, oh my God, I really don't want to say this. So basically, I'm the kind of guy who has some romance dreams.
Simp.
Fuck you. And there's been times where I had these dreams, and I don't know if you guys remember when I talked about, like, in the last few episodes where I was like, oh, I think I have, like, some weird deja vu vision. I keep having this thing where I'm like, oh my God, that must be my dream girl. I have to find her. She's from the future. I start crying in bed. There has been times where I actually woke up and I'm like, that's a nice dream. And then I'm like super depressed because it's not real.
Not real. But what if it was real
Do you think?
in a past life?
Oh, I was about to say, if you're saying if it was real, I was about to say, do you think I'd be here now? I'd be hanging out with my girlfriend.
Nah, it probably wasn't real.
Yeah, damn, fuck you. I mean, that would be weird. Reincarnated dreams. I mean, that could be another topic, or I mean, no, it's fine. We could talk about it.
Like, almost like past life mememories.
Right.
Have you ever had? Have you ever had a dream?
Have you ever had a dream that if you
I gotta phrase it differently.
have you
ever had a dream?
have a dream?
Have you had a dream? Shit, it still sounds the same thing.
We're keeping that in.
Have you experienced a dream? What the fuck is this podcast?
Are you fucking serious? Okay, well, some people can't actually dream, so yeah. Well, just come on, spit it out. Come on.
Have you had a dream that almost felt like a past life? Ever?
Kind
Like-
of.
Can you remember a dream when you were very, very young and it was very odd? Like, maybe you were in a war or something
Definitely not a war.
and you felt like a different person.
But I will tell you, there's been dreams where I was talking to the people, like kids and stuff. And I was a kid too. Don't worry, I was a kid too in the dream. And
Historic.
I was in a neighborhood I just didn't recognize, and I had no idea who these people are. I don't remember if they called me by like a certain name, but for some reason I knew them. But you know, not me. Like my dream version knew them. And I just remember like waking up from it, and I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, I've kind of had similar dreams. I hardly remember them at all, but I understand what you mean by dreams where in the dream you know certain characters
Yeah.
or feel like you know them, but in real life you just wake up and you're like, what the fuck? Why did I feel like I knew those people?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know if it's like maybe it was a young imagination. Maybe you like read a book about friends and
You read a book about friends.
like you grew attached to characters in a
How
book.
to win friends and influence people.
Read a book. I mean, I honestly, there's no need. Just
You had no friends as a kid.
you're not wrong. Look. You just gotta read a book. Do what the book says, and then you'll have friends.
Just any book.
Yeah, and don't eat Arby's. For some reason, that's a crucial step. But yeah, it was a very weird experience. But most of my dreams nowadays are, like I said, fucking romantic. I don't know why.
Most of your dreams now are romantic.
No, like most of them, like I said, for I don't know why they play it out as movies. Sometimes it's action movies and stuff. I think it's just because the romance ones are the ones I remember the most because depression. Look, all right, look,
There's like an explosion of fire behind you. You got like this big hairy chest, and you're wearing them apple bottom jeans.
Yeah. All right, look, okay, guys. I'm gonna tell you a lucid dream of mine that I'm actually gonna be super embarrassed about, which is romance, a bit sexual, nothing, too graphic. So I don't know why. I remember having this dream, and this is in a first-person dream. I was going to this random girl's house. Don't ask why. Like, for some reason.
This already sounds creepy as shit.
She was of age. Jesus Christ, Jer. Like, come on. So she was of age, and I just remember. I don't know why. I walked in. She didn't even know I was there. Apparently, that's the weird part. It sounds like I'm an intruder, but I felt like I'd been there. And I walked into this girl room, and she wasn't wearing anything, but she was streaming. Now you're probably wondering what the hell, what I mean. She was a VTuber, so she was like one of those like a popular VTuber streaming, but she wasn't wearing any clothes. She was using her avatar.
What? Wait, it's not breaking in because you knew her? I don't think that's how that
No,
works.
no, not because I knew. No, not like
What? Imagine if some chick breaks into your house and you're like, "What the fuck,
Hey,
Rachel?"
Rachel.
And she's just like, "But we're friends."
Rachel, what the fuck are you doing here? Oh, remember we met in high school? I'm like, oh yeah, right. You can come in.
Remember, like, totally in first grade when I gave you that peck on the cheek and called you Dimples?
That's not cool, man. Side story. There's my cousin calls me Dimples. No, she didn't kiss me on the cheek. But all right, let me get back. So, I said I felt like I've been in the house before, like I owned it, like I was visiting somebody I knew. But obviously, I didn't know them. I mean, I only knew them by their VTuber thing. Like I seen them before. But I basically walk in. She was kind of shocked, but she didn't say anything and I didn't say anything because she was still streaming. So she still stayed in character. Eventually, after 5 to 10 minutes, she ends her streams. Everything calms down, and we start talking.
She was just in the middle of being about to say, "Ew."
I hope not. And we started talking. I don't know why she was being a tsundere. If some people won't know that word. Oh my god, I fucking hate this. But we were basically talking. She was being a tsundere, and then
Tsundere.
Tsundere. Yeah, tsundere. Fucking English is weird. So yeah. So basically, like I said,
It's not English. That's Japanese.
You know what I meant. So yeah, basically, look, talking, and we were saying about weird stuff. She was kind of like insulted, offensive, like that, not being a little mean. Because I don't blame her. I walked in on her doing her own thing, But then I used some weird reverse psychology thing. This is all in the dream. I'm serious. This is real. This is real. Like she was kind of being a bit dominant, but not in that kind of way. Like she was like she thinks she was in control.
This sounds like an early draft for Scream 6. That they just immediately threw in the trash like, oh god, no, burn that shit.
Come on, man. But
You're fired.
But she did like the whole anime thing like tsundere, but then she was shy, and then we sat on the bed, started talking, and goddamn it, you actually ruined it. She gave me a virtual peck on the cheek, and we just got things down.
Wait, hold up. Why the hell did you even go in there to begin with?
I don't know. That's the problem.
Were you like all geared up like the Raptor?
I guess. Look, I'm just gonna assume that the girl was tsundere, shy, and very horny at the moment. I just joined in. So I don't know. We introduced ourselves, and we got a little. We did some unexplainable things.
Unacceptable.
Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? It was very vanilla. Woke up in the bed next morning. She was, I don't know why, streaming in the morning. And I want to point out, I was still with her butt naked, and I just had to be like super quiet, leaving the covers, so they wouldn't hear the audio of some dude like walking around her house. and I just felt like my heart was like going doki doki, and it was like I miss that girl. Like as I was leaving, she gave me like a little wink on the way out, and I just got my clothes on, and I just woke up. So, 1 second, we'll be back, guys.
Yeah, we'll be back. And we're back. Sorry everyone about that. We just had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, we really do apologize. It happens. So what was I talking about again?
Anyways, your really simpish story about your dream.
God damn it. Maybe we shouldn't do this.
No, we have to finish it.
Oh, well, technically I did. I said, look, like I said, I got my clothes on. She went back to streaming. Her chat was talking to her. She was in character, and then I got my clothes on quietly because I didn't want the microphone to pick up through the through her audio. As I slowly open up the door, she gives me a wink and does like the little call me thing, and on like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, and as I'm leaving, there's like a little sticky note on the desk or wall. I forgot which one it was.
Sure, it was pretty sticky.
And it basically had her number, which said, call me. I had fun. Can you come over tomorrow? And then I was like,
it says please call 1-800-588-2800.
Get back today. So I took the sticky note, and I was just like, I was smiling. I was really happy. Then I walked out the door, and I just like, I wasn't outside. It was like a flash of like I see grass, and then I wake up, and I was happy, depressed, etc. And I legit, the funny part is, when this dream happened that day, Jerranormal actually called me with another friend, and we were supposed to record a podcast like this, and I just straight up rejected him because I'm like, I wanted to meet my girl again, but I never did, and it was quite sad.
Oh, so that's what that was.
Oh, wow. Yes, I'm not joking.
You denied you betrayed the Salty Barrel podcast just so you could simp for a fictional streamer girl.
I was that's funny because I wasn't even that tired. I was like a little tired. Okay, look, I apologize. Yes, I know I was dreaming about a fictional girl. I know I was sick the other few times, but I'm here. It just took a while. And we got things working, so that's all that matters. Well, do you have any strange dreams you want to talk about, bud? Anything you want to admit? Come on.
It just sounds like an interrogation.
Well, It is an interrogation.
Look, I hardly really remember any of my dream.
Yeah, I just spilled a bit of stuff on my mug.
I was worried that was gonna spill on the computer, but anyways.
It's fine. It's fine. I took a spill. So yeah.
Yeah, on her.
Right.
So, I don't really remember in detail any sexual dreams that I've had. But
it was romantic. It was more romantic.
this isn't even really lucid dreaming anymore. This is just dreams.
Oh, okay. Well, dreams and lucid dreams can kind of go a little bit together. Just finish your story quickly.
So, I remember as a kid, I used to always have these creepy dreams of like evil spirits, like demons and stuff,
so
stalking me.
Right.
Which could lead us into another topic that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Which is sleep paralysis and night terrors. Now, what I was just talking about the whole dreams with demons in them, that wasn't a sleep paralysis experience, but it is kind of similar to many sleep paralysis experiences.
I mean, could you move, or was it like a realistic nightmare for you for this story?
I mean, it wasn't exactly realistic. It was just a nightmare, basically.
Okay.
But some people have experiences where their mind is awake. Their eyes are open. They're not dreaming in the ordinary sense.
Yeah.
But their body's paralyzed. So their body is asleep, but their mind is awake. And because of this, many scientists think that this can cause you to see hallucinations in the external world instead of you just having a regular nightmare or dream.
Right. So,
which would explain some of these sleep paralysis demons and shadow people.
So basically,
or you could go the tinfoil hat route and say that either demons can cause you to have sleep paralysis, or sleep paralysis can open up your third eye and be able to see the spirit realm.
Okay.
You could go that route.
Well, there is a route that I kind of know that I might be a story. So some of you may or may not be familiar. I forgot what he's called, but it was like the trench coat hatted man.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna get into that. He's called the Hat Man.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have said that they've experienced the Hat Man, whether it be during sleep paralysis or just regular waking life, like you walk outside at 3 a.m. and you see the Hat Man.
No,
stuff like that.
I experienced both, but for me it was as like a kid, and I remember like specifically a kid because I was in my old house, and one of the ones that creeped me out is I woke up, and basically I don't know why I had like my room my bed was facing towards the door. So, like, I'm looking, like, so I'm, like, I wake up, I look at my door, and my door was, like, a little bit cracked open, and we have, a pretty dark hallway, and I just remember seeing this figure, which is just staring at me, not staring, just, like, you just see him in the distance, and it was one of the creepiest things I've seen when I was a kid.
I think you told me this before once, haven't you?
Yeah, I told you. Not on the podcast, though. Not on the podcast.
Were you able to see his eyes, assuming it's a he?
Kind of. It's weird. I was more focused on, like, just the fact there was a man in my house. Like, I don't know. For me, it was, like, focusing on the trench coat part, like the body. I don't tend to focus on eyes, but I did see a little bit of them.
So you were a little kid when you had this experience, right?
Yeah, like 5 or 6.
So at that age, you never really heard about any of these stories, like the Hat Man or any of that stuff. So
No.
hearing about that stuff wouldn't have caused this. You just naturally
Yeah. Yeah.
saw this.
Yeah, not at all. The only thing I could think of is when my parents, like specifically my mom, she would say um like ever since like my great granddad passed away, she would basically say things like got like your granddad is watching you and stuff. So I always figured like, oh, that's just the ghost of my great granddad. Like, when it comes like the opening closing doors from Win, I'm like, oh, that's granddad. Hey granddad, how's it going? I'm serious. I literally thought it was my great grandfather trying to talk to us.
Or maybe it was the time traveling grandpa.
No.
But that was
But-
from a different episode.
Yeah.
Let's not get
But
into that.
but yeah. But when I was so when it happened, I just assume I'm just a kid having nightmares. I mean, it
Yeah.
still scared me, but seeing this strange figure in a hallway or like around a corner, it was quite terrifying. But now I'm hearing that multiple people have been, seeing this weird figure. It's kind of weird. Is it like some weird way for like that's why they call paralysis demon? Is it like some type of weird demon trying to get in communication with us?
what's the thing that's weird about your story is that it sounds very oddly similar to a story that my mom had when she was a lot younger.
Right.
I'm not sure exactly what age she was, but she was, I guess, like half asleep, and suddenly she sees this almost shadowy, blurry kind of figure, like an apparition, near the door. I guess the door was open, and she could see like the whole figure, and it looks it. The way she describes it is that she couldn't really make out the face. It was just this dark silhouette of a shadowy type of man. I guess looking like it had a trench coat, and it had a hat on its head. It's non-binary. He had a hat on his head,
Okay.
which sounds very similar to your story.
It honestly does.
And a lot of other people have said they've had similar stories to this. Like in almost the exact same way, where there's a shadowy figure in the corner that looks like he has either a trench coat or something, and some type of hat on his head.
Weird.
But the Hat Man isn't the only shadow person that, or even the only sleep paralysis entity that people describe. There's like multiple shadow people,
Yeah.
and people think that they're demons or evil spirits.
I mean, I feel like I've seen a lot of them. Have you ever seen the Chainsaw Man? I don't think that's his official name, but
I've never heard of that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just because, like, once again, probably a kid's fear of chainsaws because they seen like an old horror movie. Like, people are probably thinking like, oh yeah, it's probably Leatherface or something. No, it's just once again some weird, creepy guy. Maybe in a hallway. I don't remember if it was a hallway.
Chainsaw guy in a hallway.
I don't know why. Like, I might be stealing this from somewhere else, but it was some guy with a chainsaw. But I just don't remember where I seen it. It could have been in a dark alley because I used to kind of roam around a lot at night. And no, it wasn't a real person, by the way.
Wait, were
But-
you a kid when you saw this and you thought it was just a hallucination?
Yeah, why? Is that weird?
Is this something that you've heard other people describe, like the Chainsaw Man? Or
I mean, I heard one guy on YouTube describe it. I want to point out, lots of people heard of Markiplier. I mean, you haven't, obviously, because you're not trendy. But he basically told a story which described pretty much most of ours with the hallway, but it was like a chainsaw guy, and he was basically describing, I don't know, it's complicated. Like something about his brother. Like he lost his brother, he started crying. Like he literally ran outside, and you know, I think his brother finally like called him, and then he like regained sanity or something. It's a weird story. I don't remember the whole thing. In fact, it might be completely off, but it's somewhere around that.
So, did you see this chainsaw man before you heard about this story?
Oh yeah, obviously, I was a kid.
That's odd.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember like the guy named Markiplier. He was like, obviously, way like I was way older.
I'm not gonna lie, this does sound a little bullshit.
I don't blame you. I don't know. I just keep thinking, cause think about it. I was raised in the mind of a '90s/'80s kid. Maybe that's how it goes. Cause like think about it. Maybe it's just like for older generations or older minds with their fears and phobias and stuff. So
So, about that Hat Man experience,
yeah.
just a really nice guy in a hat.
I mean, yeah, he was quite the quiet type.
Have you only had one experience?
I think I might have had a few, like at least two. But one was like obviously like waking up and I seen him, and the other was like I just think like seeing him in the distance in a field. He's like a Slender Man vibe. Like you'd seen him behind everybody, like not like behind. Like you'd see him like I guess behind a bleacher, like sitting right next to a bleacher, and nobody saw it, like noticed him.
Are you serious? You really had these experiences?
Yes, I'm 100% serious.
And how old were you around, like, when you seen the bleacher one?
I gotta think about that. That might still been around like 6 or 7, like maybe 8, because I know around like those ages I went out a lot more and like did more stuff. I remember going to the field and we would like climb what's it called? Like we would climb the baseball cage. I was obviously
Basketball cage.
shut up.
Basketball.
Fuck the baseball cage. Okay. And we just goof around the field.
The Hat Man went there to see the basketball game.
Yeah. And there's still other people there, and all this weird stuff. But yeah, I still remember that figure.
I've heard a lot of shadow people experiences or sleep paralysis, demon shadow people experiences, where the entity attacks the person, like tries to choke you.
I don't think I ever had that happen to me before.
Well, I guess you're on his good side. Or should I say, his light side, if he has one.
Now, I'm going to be honest, the only thing I can imagine, which was like some weird figure attacking me, and I don't even know if it was a figure, it might have just been an actual injury, is I remember reaching over somewhere in a super dark place near all this electrical stuff, and I felt this burning sensation going through my arm. Large chance I probably just got electrocuted, but
Yeah, probably just electric.
like it wasn't like a quick zap out. It was like you could feel it like kind of going up your arm just slowly, and you just felt horrible. Large chance it was executed, but yeah, electricity. But yeah, weird figure. So you had nothing, like no weird dreams, no lucid paralysis demons.
Well, I've definitely had a lot of sleep paralysis where I've woken up and I'm not able to move. I've had basically both kinds of sleep paralysis where you wake up and you're not able to move, but you're awake, but your body's not. And I've also had sleep paralysis experiences where when I'm going to sleep, my mind doesn't go to sleep, but I can feel my body going to sleep and starting to not be able to move.
Right.
Have you ever had that?
Honestly, yes. I'm pretty sure I have. Like I don't know, you're awake, you can't like you can't move, but you feel like your body's like kind of limp. I get not like not limp. I don't know how to describe it.
You know that like shuddery kind of feeling that
Yeah,
goes down your head and like down your spine?
yeah,
Like it starts to paralyze you a bit,
yeah. I know what you mean.
and you'll try to fight against it, like twitch your fingers a bit, and you'll be able to move for a little bit, but then when you relax again, it'll like shudder down again,
Yeah,
and you won't be able to move
I
that
I,
easily.
I get what you mean.
I've had all those kinds of experiences, but I've never really had a sleep paralysis experience where I've actually hallucinated anything or seen anything that might have been spiritual in any way.
Not even like kid stuff. Like you would like move and you just see something because it's your imagination.
Well, maybe when I was very, very young, like 3 and psychotic,
Yeah,
I might have had. Well, I guess one time I think I might have had a sort of shadowy figure experience when I was laying down.
yeah.
I think when I was 3 or 4. But
Okay.
I vaguely remember anything of it. I don't remember a Hat Man or anything.
For me, there is one experience I still remember the most, even like before the Hat Man. Like the Hat Man was like kind of like on my most terrifying, but I mean, who am I kidding? The one I'm about to say kind of felt the most terrifying, but that was because I was a kid. So basically, I wasn't dreaming. I was obviously awake. So this was just plain hallucinations. I'd be laying in bed and I would always have this weird fear and I would see weird like spider-like things just coming right towards me. And I want to point out it wasn't like, like you see it on the floor. Like how people get floaters in their eyes? It felt like that.
Oh yeah, I hate them.
So it was quite terrifying, but the only way to cure it, my version of curing it was to go to a light place. So I would run back and forth to the bathroom. But when I run to the bathroom, there was a light spider. But the funny thing is with the light spider, it looked like a child strolling animated with one eye.
Monsters Inc.
Yeah, pretty much like not Monsters Inc. Like it had like the spider like legs. Literally yellow crayon color sun, and it would just follow me, and I just remember going back and forth. I remember that night, and it was actually one of the worst nights I had as a kid. I couldn't sleep.
How vivid was it?
It was really fucking vivid. It felt so real.
I kind of have a little theory um, about some people that have experiences like this very often, whether they're hallucinations or actually spiritual, and people that seem to never have any of these experiences. It might have something to do with what side of the brain you use more.
Hmm.
And you're left-handed, but I'm right-handed,
Okay.
which means you're obviously inferior. But
Oh,
all
fuck
jokes
you.
aside, um, maybe you being left-handed, like not just being left-handed, but maybe you operating on the side of your brain that controls the left side of your body makes you more likely to have these experiences than right-handed people.
Maybe, but actually, I do want to point out some. So I learned that since like the brain is connected to the eyes, the left eye is actually connected to the right part of the brain, and the right eye is actually connected to the left part of the brain.
Yeah, that's how it works. The right side of the brain, the right brain controls the whole left side of the body, and
Right?
the left side of the brain controls the whole right side of the body.
Really?
Yeah,
Weird.
basically. I mean, mostly that's how it works, but if you get some type of brain damage where you have to go to the hospital and they have to remove one side of the brain,
They don't remove the whole one side of the brain. I want to point that out.
like a good chunk of it,
Okay, Mr. Medical Expert.
at first, it'll probably take a while for you to be able to move around the opposite side of the body, but then it'll start to adapt to it and you'll be able to move it
Hmm.
in some cases.
Weird. Very strange. Science is quite a fascinating thing.
So, what I'm trying to say is that you're
My brain don't work.
what I'm trying to say is that you're either a delusional fuck up or you're more spiritual by accident.
Most of this generation is a fuck up. But
You're either insane or you can see in the spiritual world more than most people.
right. Oh, speaking of dreams, I'm not gonna lie, this sounds like a little bit like astral projection, but it's like the opposite.
Oh yeah, I was going to get into that as well.
Right. So, have you ever had like those falling dreams?
Yes, and it feels so odd.
Mm. So,
Like I think most people have had that dream at least once in their life where they fall and in their dream they die and then they just wake up.
well, here's the thing of, I would agree, but here's the thing with mine. Do you like feel like you're dead like when you hit the ground, or do you just feel like you just like you're immediately up? Because for me, it would be like I fall, and then I feel like my body, like my dream self, fell right back into my body, and I woke up. Because it still felt like I was falling a bit when I woke up. Like you could feel like your soul drop right behind you when you wake up.
I have sort of felt that, but I've never really had an experience where it really vividly seemed like astral projection. I have actually attempted to try and have an astral projection experience whenever I had sleep paralysis, but my mind was awake because that's said to be the time where you're most able to have an astral projection
Mm.
vividly.
You,
But I've never really been successful.
you just start choking yourself. I'm dreaming.
Yeah.
But
And it's not necessarily because I believed astral projection was real. Whether or not it was an induced hallucination that people can cause themselves to have, or whether it's real or not, didn't really matter that much to me.
yeah,
I was just trying to induce the experience, whatever it is.
basically we like to experiment.
Yeah. And if it ever did turn out that astral projection was real, then that would be really freaky.
Yeah, I was about to say, like astral projection would be kind of freakish. You're floating up, you see your own self, and I feel like you would worry that you would never be able to get back in. Like, I don't know. Have you ever had the what if you had astral projection and like you're able to control it well, you just float to your neighbor's house and you see like their daughter, like the not daughter, that's over, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like that SpongeBob episode where
Yeah.
he like leaves his body and
Yeah.
starts looking around. That's not just something that was made up in that episode.
Mm.
That's an idea that the show got from people in real life that believe in that stuff.
Yeah. See what the obviously aged up person, obviously adult, just getting down, and you're just like sitting there, but for some reason your soul feeling is sucking you back in. You're like, no, damn it, no.
Just imagine you successfully astral project out of your body, and then you float over to your neighbor's house,
Yes.
and it's some chick streaming that you're looking at.
It's the VTuber I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I got into her house.
She looks in the corner. She sees a hat man.
Wait, so if you're saying, well, I don't know if there's any good neighbors around me that are girls, but if I try to astro this is a calling card. I must astro project to my dream girl so we can get it on.
Some people actually believe that they are able to, I'm not kidding. There are some people that actually think that they have the ability to just at will astral project and just float anywhere they want to and just watch it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they do, but maybe it's crazy talk. Because, like, I don't think I ever had an astral projection. I just had the dream where you just fall back into your body.
Yeah, pretty much same here with me.
Yeah.
I've heard some astral projection stories where people have attempted to do it, and at first they think, oh, this is just a really realistic hallucination or a lucid dream, where they float out of their body and they look around the house and maybe they see a certain family doing a certain family member doing a very specific thing. And they wake up from that experience and maybe they'll ask the person in the other room, hey, did you do this such and such thing that I saw you doing in my quote-unquote dream? And they're like, how the hell did you know that? I didn't make any noise. How did you know I was doing whatever?
Are you sure it's not like a weird deja vu from a third-person perspective? Like I said, like a fixed camera interactive movie again.
What the fuck?
Don't ask. Because most deja vus I'll see in like first person, etc. But there might be a chance it could happen.
I mean, it's not like a deja vu type of thing. It's a thing where the person has an experience of seeing a person do something, and then it turns out that that person really did do what they saw in their dream, lucid dream, astral projection, whatever it is, which seems to validate that they really were astral projecting or leaving their body and seeing the other person.
I mean, yeah, but what if it's...
And it seems too coincidental.
Yeah, I was about to say, what if it's a coincidence?
Their mind... Well, most things, like let's say, if I have a quote-unquote astral projection experience, where I leave my body and I go into a family member's room and I see them sleeping and I wake up. That's not really that amazing because most likely they probably were sleeping.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't be a huge coincidence. I saw you sleeping. Oh my god, how did you know that?
I remember that position.
But if
face down on your buttocks.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Captain Jack Sparrow. Yeah.
But let's say I have a dream-like experience, astral projection, whatever, that may or may not be a hallucination, where I float out of my body, I go into another room, and I see the person whispering something that I wouldn't have been able to hear in my room. Like, let's say this is maybe all the way downstairs, and two people are whispering something to each other. Like, I saw you eat the Cheetos last night, or something like that. Or they're telling a secret to each other about something.
Oh, wait, hold on.
And then you wake up, and you tell the people that you heard them say that, and then they think, oh, you must have snuck downstairs and heard us saying that, and you're just like, no, I was sleeping. I had a dream about this,
Wait a minute.
and there's no way I could have known this.
I was about to comment on your thing, but it reminds me of another situation. I'm pretty sure we might have all been in this situation before, but have you ever been in the situation where like you're like in a hallway, you hear somebody call your name, and you like walk towards the room. They're nowhere to be seen, and then they're like right behind you, like not right behind you, like they're kind of like a bit away, and they're like, hey, what are you doing? And basically, it's like that would be impossible because you're right there. Like so it's basically you heard a voice from another room because you thought somebody called you, but it turns out they were never in that room in the first place. But it's impossible because you heard it from that specific direction. Have you ever had anything like that?
I've sort of had stuff like that, where I thought I've heard, I guess, a family member's voice in a certain room, and then I go in that room and they weren't there. But
Fascinating.
maybe that's just an auditory hallucination.
I mean, it's still a hallucination. But I guess it's not a dream, so I guess it's different.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm not gonna lie, this has been one of the most tamest episodes. No dick jokes.
Yeah, it is pretty tame. Meanwhile, as we go into the BDSM sleep paralysis experiences,
section where you see grannies slapping each other with some...
I was just gonna get into...
She got the wooden spoon.
She's got them apple bottom jeans.
God damn it.
I was just gonna get into an experience where people see this entity called the Old Hag.
Oh, yeah, I think I heard about it, actually.
She's basically kind of like a succubus, I guess, or some type of demon
Ew.
that people experience.
But she's a whole old hag.
Yes. And she gets on top of you in some cases and strangles you.
Okay, never mind. I was about to say.
But sometimes it can turn sexual. And the same goes with shadow people experiences.
That's just racist.
Yeah, so is Dark City.
It's different. It's just a city full of racists. Okay, sorry, continue.
That's a reference from the second episode.
Bolo Raptor, please check it out. We're making comics right now. No, not really. No, we're not.
Oh yeah, we're sold out.
Yeah, we're sold out. We need the funding.
We're in the middle of writing the Hex Girl story with the Bolo Raptor.
Hex girls. It's a vampire queen, not a hex girl.
Same thing, basically.
Yeah.
But anyways, the Old Hag raping people.
18 or up Patreon sub. Oh, I'm joking. Please don't.
So, in some sleep paralysis experiences, people experience demons or negative entities. Either choke them, attack them, or sexually assault them.
Weird.
I heard one story where this woman, for years, has had the same reoccurring experience in the same house, where this shadowy figure would appear to her at night and basically do the to her. And it traumatized her because she would keep having this same experience for like a whole year.
What if it turns... I'm sorry. So you're telling me the old hag would strangle this woman, right?
This experience wasn't the old hag. It was just a dark, shadowy entity.
I'm sorry. I just got...
So maybe it was the Hat Man.
I got some in my head. So we all know SpongeBob, right? She's just like laying in
Why do we
bed.
keep bringing up SpongeBob?
No. This will make sense. So she's just laying in bed. She just sees this mysterious guy on top, and this guy just like and this guy just talks to her. He's like, "I'm the Strangler.
Yeah.
I strangle people," and just starts strangling her. I'm the Strangler.
This is really disturbing. Like, this woman is real. Whether or not she was actually having a reoccurring hallucination or some type of demonic attack,
Right.
She really has been traumatized by this.
All right, I should feel bad, but I just had to get that joke out.
We're messed up.
Yes, we are, and we're sharing our messed upness with you guys, and hopefully, ladies.
Which is another reason to please like and subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, please like and subscribe. Please show us that you guys are, actually interested in this channel. We really do appreciate any kind of support of likes or comments or anything. We haven't been really getting comments. A few from the friends, a few likes from, randoms. But we really do want to see if you guys enjoy this stuff. And, we want to make a good community out of this of really fucked up individuals.
Individuals.
So
Instant transmission.
Instant transmission. But yeah, please, all you conspiracy guys out there, we really do appreciate, if you guys check it out. But yeah.
So there was that experience that I described to you.
Right.
Which is already pretty messed up in of itself, but a lot of people have had experiences with the old hag, where it's this ugly granny, almost witch-looking, basically the bitch from Avatar, old lady.
Oh God. I like that you told me stop bringing up SpongeBob, but then you bring up Avatar.
Yeah, we're both hypocrites.
Exactly.
Speaking of Avatar, we'll probably have another episode, part 2, of the Avatar talk on that stuff.
Oh,
with the
really?
trailer when it comes out for the Netflix live-action series.
Yes.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
No, this is important. This is the best topic ever. The most viewed video on our channel. We're just getting a part 2. My balls are going blue. Red roses.
All right, Peachman. I think we're getting a little ADHD here. We need to focus on the topic.
I apologize.
You fat fuck.
I apologize.
Fuck.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to get a little peachy up in here, but so in all seriousness, these shadow-like figures. I feel like they come in like weird entities or sections. Like they appear like it's like a job. Maybe it's like a kind of
it's a job.
like it's competition. Like Jetty, Jason X, Freddy, Jetty. Like that movie when they're like trying to compete for kills.
It's like Jason and Freddy are competing with each other.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they're trying to get in there more, and sadly, this poor lady had to deal with this one shadow figure who was just not giving up.
So you're telling me that there's a bunch of shadow people, entities, that are like part of a gang, and the fucking Hat Man is like their leader.
I would,
and
yeah.
The old hag is in competition with them. So she goes after all the men and chokes them, and they go after all the women.
I guess. I wasn't going to say that they're leaders. I was just saying that they're recognizable figures. So what if it is just shadow people, but for some reason we've seen some type of weird hat guy, and that's what the shadows, image that he chooses to use when he like wants us to see it. He chooses the Hat Man. He chooses the old hag. He chooses all of these figures.
So he's non-binary.
I guess
Or
so.
it is non-binary.
They are not.
So it's like this genderless spirit. Well, I guess technically all spirits would be genderless.
Yeah.
Because they don't actually have a dick.
And they don't exist.
Well, that too. Maybe.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that you kind of believe in past life memories, you fuck.
That's reincarnation. It was a past life, not a spirit. Maybe I ate some Moj with a dude's ashes in it. Like that South Park episode.
South Park is a pretty great show.
It is. But I say this has been a phenomenal.
No, we're not done yet.
All right, fine.
Fucking ADHD fuck.
It's not like I'm running out of time or anything.
So, the old hag. So you think that there's a possibility that maybe the old hag, the Hat Man, and maybe whatever other entities people experience could all be the same thing? Like the same one entity?
Kind of. I'm more like there's multiple versions of them. Like there's like millions, maybe trillions, but they all choose to take whichever character or shape that they think would fear you the most.
So they all have their own individual personas.
Yes, it's like Monsters Inc.
Like they're all the same type of thing, like a spiritual entity, but they can shapeshift and
Yes.
they like to play certain roles. Like the Hat Man likes to play the role of this mysterious entity that sort of acts in a way similar to the Slender Man,
Yes.
where he just stands in the corner watching people.
You know what's funny? I bet this could be there are actual counters for this for the old man, like for the Hat Man. You just literally gotta keep your door shut. For the old hag, you just gotta sleep on your stomach. That seems like the best solution, if I'm being honest. If these things are real, but what if they make a new version?
Yeah, but wouldn't the Hat Man just literally walk through the door?
Well, here's the thing. They can only do what that character says, I bet. Like, the only thing I can think of is if you wake up and you're, like, on your side and you just see him, like, staring at you, like, not even in a corner, not anything. Like, that's the only way I can think of. And then, you stutter up, you blink, and then he's gone.
But I haven't just heard experiences where the Hat Man just stands in the corner looking at you all thirsty and shit. I've heard stories where the Hat Man also interacts with you, not having really a conversation, but sort of attacks certain people just like most other shadow people do.
Yeah. I just
Choking.
met he's just like sitting there just like, hey, how you doing? Are you taking a good nap?
You hanging in there?
Yeah, hanging there. He has like a Canadian accent.
He reads the Bible to you to help you fall asleep.
But so yeah, basically there's the Strangler. We have Grumple Stareskin. Yeah, Stillskin. I know, but I said stare because And I don't know if there's any more. Is there any entities like tentacles under a bed?
I mean, I guess that's kind of a common one. It's a very stereotypical one.
Yeah.
I've heard lots of under the bed hand type of things where
yeah, like a hand like on the edge of the bed, you see it reaching up, it touched like the little rail or like it slipped. Yeah. That's what I mean.
Tickle your hair.
Ew. I hope it doesn't get that close. But you can't move because it's still paralysis. You're probably freaking out.
Yeah.
Ugh. I hope I don't dream of any of these when I get home. Like, that's going to be terrifying.
Oh, there's one experience that we could end this episode with.
Yeah,
It's
lay it on me.
probably one of the creepiest. It involves a guy that I believe was an actor. Oh, wait, no.
What?
Maybe it was involved with music, or I think he was in the music industry. And
Okay. You like jazz?
somehow he came across this woman that had a conversation with him. I guess she maybe was like a fan of his stuff.
Okay.
And she began flirting with him. But he turned her down.
Oof.
And
Sorry, I gotta take this seriously.
but she kept flirting with him, and he kept saying, "Look, no, I want to stay single for now,
Okay.
or I'm not into you."
Just straight up tell a girl that I don't like you.
And by the end of that conversation, she seemed extremely butthurt. So
Yeah.
this sounds a little ridiculous, the beginning of the story.
I think you need
But-
to make it more serious. Like she was furious or something.
Yeah, she was furious at the fact that he turned her down, because she's one of those type of women.
Yeah.
And she tells him that she's going to put a curse on him.
Okay.
And within about 7 days, he's going to die.
Strange.
So he kind of laughs it off like, this woman's crazy.
Okay, you crazy bitch.
And he just goes back to his house. Everything's normal at first. But on that day, he notices in the corner of his eye, he could see almost these shadowy images of an entity,
Huh.
but nothing really that severe.
So
But later that night, he suddenly wasn't able to move. He was having a sleep paralysis type of experience.
yeah.
And he saw a dark, shadowy entity.
Was it the
Yeah.
Hat Man?
Well, he doesn't describe it having a hat, but it was basically just a regular shadow entity.
I mean, I don't want to be that
That was-
guy, but how do you describe something if he's probably dead? I bet he's dead. He's dead, isn't he?
I don't fucking know.
Okay, so we'll assume he's alive, so he probably told the story. Go ahead.
Are you assuming every spirit is just a dead person?
No, I'm more meant like the main.
I'm trying to make this terrifying.
Okay, fine, go ahead. I'm Jerranormal. I'm trying to make a scary story. Fucking jackass. I'm sorry, continue.
So, he sees basically on the side of his bed this dark, shadowy entity. And I guess maybe he was able to see its eyes as well, which may have been reddish or something spooky.
Yeah.
And he feels something pressing on his throat, and he's unable to breathe.
I'm sorry. Yeah. what was on his throat?
You're ruining the podcast.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'll let you. I promise. I'll shut up. Come on. Oh, I was on his throat. Just fucking slap it on there. Come on.
So he feels like a hand is gripping his throat.
Mm-hmm.
Peachman, I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
He feels this hand tightly grip.
Okay. I'm not. Come on. I'm being serious. I'll be serious. Come on. You're ruining the podcast.
He feels that.
Yep. Continue. Come on. Dude, you're fucking ruining the podcast. Just fucking finish the story. For real.
So he's terrified for his life because he's unable to breathe and he sees this dark figure. But eventually, after a few minutes, it goes away. But he's unable to sleep because of how terrifying it was.
Huh.
And the next day, it's very similar to what happened on the first day. You know, seeing things in the corner of his eyes during the day, like dark entities. And he basically has insomnia.
Insomnia. Yeah. No, it's fine.
Insomnia, yeah.
Yeah.
And later that night, he tries to go to sleep, and he has basically the same experience, where a dark entity presses on his throat, and he's unable to breathe, but then it goes away. So, he's terrified for his life. He thinks, shit, maybe there's something to this.
I was about to say, he thinks should. Yeah.
Maybe this woman actually did put a curse on me. And so, he tries to get items from different places, like he hangs up a bunch of crosses around his house. He tries to burn incense. I almost said incest.
That would scare him.
He just tries to set up all these different spiritual things around his house. And nothing is working. He just keeps seeing this entity or these entities every night. And he would even call a friend of his about these experiences.
Wait, what time did this take place in? Like 2000, 90s, 80s, etc.
Not too long ago, I think. Like, the longest ago this could have happened is probably the early 2000s.
Okay, alright.
So, this guy is terrified for his life, and he's trying to tell his friends about this. Like, people in his family he knows about this. And they don't understand what's going on with him. They think maybe he's losing it, maybe he's going crazy. Even he thinks that maybe he's losing it or going crazy. He doesn't know.
Okay.
But at some point, he sets up a bunch of crosses in his bathroom, and that's where the police found his body.
Huh. The bathroom?
Laying inside a bathtub. They couldn't tell how he died.
So it was just a bathtub, no water, no nothing?
Well, I think there was water, actually. I think he was, like, getting a bath.
Uh-huh.
And they could see that there were crosses hanging everywhere in the house. So clearly this guy believed something was attacking him.
Right.
And from the reports of his friends...
The reports of his friends, maybe the autopsy?
Telling about how this guy kept calling them about these weird experiences he's been having, seemed to confirm that he didn't simply just kill himself or anything like that.
Right.
He kept having the experiences that he was talking about. But they couldn't really figure out how he died. So they just said, well, maybe he had a heart attack.
Maybe. That's quite a strange, interesting story, but
So Either
Yeah.
he was so terrified of what that woman said that he kept having hallucinations which would terrify him and they felt really real, and he kept having sleep paralysis experiences that were just created by his mind, and he just so happened to die on the 7th day. Or maybe there really is something paranormal to this. Maybe there really is a curse that happened to him.
Do you mind if I put in my conspiracy?
It was aliens.
I wasn't gonna go there. So let's just say this girl. So he obviously, this girl was a big fan of the work of his work, etc. So this girl might have been obsessed, but we don't know. So since she kept asking him out, and he kept rejecting, but so she had a last resort. So basically, she made some type of weird hallucination poison or something, and maybe gave him the jab without him knowing, like so a super small pin needle that you wouldn't even feel.
I thought about that before. That is a pretty wacky idea.
Yeah, and then like he rejected one last time. I don't know how she precise this poison or hallucinations to specifically 7 days. I don't know if she did like some science, but
well, if she did give him some type of poison or drug that would cause him to hallucinate, it could have been that it caused him to hallucinate for the first day, but his own mind, because of his terror, caused the hallucination to continue without the drug.
Right.
Or whatever.
Then the second day, you can notice the some more things happening, like the hard time breathing, because he thinks an entity is pressing on his throat. So basically, that might have been like the stuff kicking in. It's just that the hallucinations made it worse. So it made it look like it made it feel like someone was choking him, like a physical entity was choking him. It was just really bad timing.
I heard that some people that are into the occult don't literally believe in magic, but they believe in curses in the sense of they can work if the other person believes they're being cursed.
Why do you say like the cult like it was like a club or something? Like people in the
I said the occult, like not a cult. I mean the occult, like secret.
Well, the way it made it sounds like you said So people at the cult sound like a fucking nightclub.
I didn't mean to say the cult. I mean the occult.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Like secret, esoteric, spiritual knowledge about stuff. So some people believe in curses not in a literal magical sense, but they'll use it. The way they curse people is that they get the other person to believe that they're cursed, and that's how the curse works.
Right. Okay. So, but premise of the story is this woman is a selfish little bitch. That's literally the best way to sum it up.
She's just a female incel.
Yeah, feminist. Can't find a real man. But that was a quite interesting story. I think this is
yeah, that was. These were all interesting, fun things to talk about and discuss.
Yeah, a great way to wrap things up too. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Make sure to please like, subscribe,
comment.
Comment.
Maybe
definitely comment.
Yeah, definitely comment. We're lonely. Like ring the bell.
Yeah, we're lonely like that witch bitch lady.
We're not here for money or anything. We just want some good old-fashioned moral support. We just want to know that somebody out there we can relate to.
We just want you to like our music.
We don't make music.
I was making a reference to that guy,
Oh yeah.
the music.
I mean, if you guys want us to make music,
Maybe one day.
all right, I'll make music then. I'll do it.
So that's all. Have a nice day, everyone.
Yep.
Or night, whatever.
Yep. Yep. That's me. So Jerranormal and Peachman, we're signing off. Good night.
Signing off.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.